Sunny. Question for you. It seems to me that it can be extremely difficult to progress from the bronze to the full silver and higher levels of competition. I've been dancing a long time and it's getting frustrating. My muscle memory is ingrained in my brain that I very first learned in those years of bronze level initial instruction. I can't help but continue doing the technique that I have worked so hard to ingrain in muscle memory all those years. True that, it's not just you. Relearning that technique is so difficult. I used to be a competitive swimmer, and in swimming, you master the correct technique from the jump. And it seems in ballroom, you have to relearn everything when you actually want to progress to that next level, become a great dancer, succeed in competition. Yes, and more yes. Here goes. In my opinion, this is especially a challenge for Americans in the dance sport world because in our country, that's where I'm broadcasting from, social dance is king. Statistically, we just have a ton more social dancers here than competitors. We also have a commensurate number of social dance teachers who inevitably we all start with. It's very few students who start out with the top level instructors. I don't recall ever someone coming into my studio and saying, I'm going to become a championship level competitor. No, they stumble in the door, they found you online, and I want to learn to dance. And you know what? True story. I did the same thing. Well, my parents kind of forced me into it, but same deal. They just looked, okay, where's some close lessons to the house that are inexpensive? Bingo. We have a winner. And so I started out, it wasn't in a chain studio, but the teacher was out of that chain studio system. So a very experienced teacher, an older gentleman, certainly inspired my love of dance. So I have nothing but gratitude in my heart for him. But truth be told, the instruction was very social. And when I switched to my first teacher there, where my goal was competition and I learned international style for the first time, there was definitely a reprogramming process. Fortunately, it was a distinct shift for me, completely from American into completely international. And so at that stage of the game, it was like starting from ground zero. Would it have been better for my competitive career if I started with that international teacher first? Yeah, of course. But that's not the boat most of us are in, and that's okay. What became a bigger challenge for me, guys, true story, is when I switched from that first international style teacher to a world finalist coach who was teaching all the top championship level competitors in the United States. That was a sobering experience. When they saw me and I was competing successfully in silver and gold very successfully, they were like, this is all jacked up. We need to start from ground zero. You are going to hit that glass ceiling really fast here. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm a good dancer. No, I had to break everything down. And that was a much bigger pill to swallow because I had been paying good money for those lessons from the international style teacher that first couple of years before I switched to what became my lifelong primary coaches. And it was so frustrating to have worked so hard, invested so much time into learning something one way and to be told that is hideous. Oh my gosh, you could have knocked me over with a feather. Devastating. I was practicing 7 days a week, 2 hours a day, that whole time to have to unlearn everything. And yes, it set me back royally. I would say that transition was the hardest, the worst, the longest, because I had to unlearn all those international style figures and I had been practicing so hard to ingrain those into my mind, my body, my soul, my muscles. Yeah, no, bye-bye, scrapped it all. So yeah, my heart definitely goes out to you. And this happens to many, many American dancers. Related to this, as a teacher, The students I take the most pride in teaching successfully are those long-term dancers who switch to me and completely change their dancing game. It is so rewarding because I myself have been there. Other teachers recognize it too. It is so hard to unteach something someone has ingrained and dialed into their body. It's so much easier to take someone who's never danced before and just give it to them right the first time, okay? It's almost like students or dancers are like computer components. So imagine this. You can either just buy a brand new computer that works. So that would be when a competitive couple switches to me. Am I happy? Yes. Do I want to teach them? Yes. Do I take pride in their functionality? Yeah. But ultimately, they were functioning all along. So is that really a victory for me as the computer programmer? Yeah, if they're better. Okay, number 2 option. I get a computer that is built from completely jacked up parts. Things are burnt out. Hard drive is fried. I gotta reinvent this thing and fix every single thing and then rebuild it and make it even better computer than that one that came to me just ready-made. That, my friend, is an accomplishment, and it's so rewarding for me to see that. I know people just assume, oh, well, you just like all the high-level competitors. No, not at all. I like all my students, first of all. They're all fun to teach. But the ones I feel ownership in how they're dancing are those ones that come to me totally messed up and leave looking beautiful because I know what a hurdle that is to cross. You know, I don't have a magic trick for you. I wish I did. I would just say patience. Patience for your teacher because you're going to be really frustrated with them. You're going to be frustrated with yourself, even worse, because things are not going to happen as quickly as it did first time out of the chute because you got to fix that broken hard drive before you get it to run. And just repetition, repetition, repetition. So I wish you luck in your dancing journey. And there are positives to having any dance experience at all. Though ideally, as a competitive dancer, you just start out of the chute with a championship level teacher. But yeah, also good if you win the lottery. Very few people are lucky enough to do that. So thanks so much for your question. Guys, I love when you ask questions. Please ask more. It makes my job so easy. And whenever someone has a story, it just jogs my memory of so many other things. I'm like, oh, they would like to hear about this, I bet. So keep those stories and questions coming. I love when you guys push that thumbs up button as soon as you watch the video. I'm telling you guys, first thing in the morning, refresh, refresh, refresh. I get so excited when I see you guys actually like the video. So thank you so much. Okay, I look forward to seeing you first thing tomorrow morning for some more Things Ballroom Dance. Bye, guys.